Hi, this is Yumi, and this is the part 3 of our PFSense tutorial videos. For today, we were going to tackle or discuss the firewall rules. The PFSense firewall rules is basically just an access list, like in the other vendors. The way the access list works is it actually checks for a match on a list of rules. So if the firewall uh, get a match for a certain rule, it will implement that rule and will disregard the other rules below it. So the firewall rules or the access list actually works from top to bottom. To further demonstrate or for you to be able to understand the access list, we will just going to demonstrate it on the RPFSense router. For our example for today, we were going to try to block the ping coming from the computer number 1, which is the 192.168.100.9, going to the VLAN 1 computer, which is the PC3, which has an IP address of 192.168.1.102. Okay, so right now we have two computers that belongs to the VLAN 100, which is PC number 1 and PC number 2. Okay, so our goal is to deny the ping coming from computer 1 going to computer 3, but the computer 2 should be able to ping both computer 1 and computer 3. To further demonstrate that, we're going to check first our connectivity. This is the computer 1, and we'll check if we will be able to ping our computer number 3, which has an IP address of 1.102. So currently it is able to ping computer number 3, and let's check computer number 2 if this one will be able to ping computer number 3. Very good. And computer number 3, let's check if this one able to ping computer 1. Okay, that's good. And computer number 2. Okay. So everything is good on all computers. Okay, just clear everything out. So let's access our PFSense router. Okay, for us to be able to set up an access list or firewall rules on this router or this firewall, we need to click on the firewall and then click on rules. So you can actually implement a rule or an access list on every interface of your PFSense router, but for this example, we're going to set the rule on VLAN 100, the interface for VLAN 100. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is to click on add, okay? And then if we were going to pass a certain packet, we will set it to pass, but if we were going to block or deny, we will set it to block or reject. The difference between the two, it is indicated in here. According here, the difference between block and reject is that with reject a packet, TCP reset or ICMP port unreachable for UDP is returned to the sender, whereas with block, the packet is dropped silently. For us to block the ICMP, we'll go to block or reject if you want, but we'll go to the block option, and interface is 100, VLAN 100, protocol, we'll set it to ICMP. Okay. The source is we want computer number 1 to be blocked. So we will just set it to host, single host, and type in the IP address of computer number 1, and the destination is on single host only, 192.168.1.102, and then we'll click on log so that we will be able to see what's going on with the rules. Okay, and click on save, click on apply. So right now we have here the rule that we set on our pfSense firewall. So we have already set up the rule, so let's try to check if our computer number 1 will be blocked with the ping for the computer number 3, and check if we will be able to ping, or if our ping will be blocked on this computer, which is computer number 1, going to computer number 3. So this is the terminal, typing ping 192.168.1.102, hit on enter, and as you can see, it is not doing anything. So our ping is actually blocked. Let's check our computer number 2 if we will be able to ping computer number 3. Okay, 102, and we're able to ping computer number 3. And on computer 3, let's try to ping computer number 1. 100.9. Oh, I'm sorry, 9. Okay, that's good. Still applying. And 11 for computer number 2. Okay, it's still good. So let's cancel that out. Clear. Okay, let's go back to computer number 1. Okay, let's refresh this page. Okay. Let's see what's on. This is the. So we're back on the rules page, and let's try to see the. Remember, we have set up a log for this particular rule. So for us to be able to check the logs for this rule, we need to click on this status, and we need to go to system logs, and we need to click on firewall. Okay, so as you can see here on the firewall logs, we have an action of block on the interface of VLAN 100, and this is the rule, and this is the source IP, which is our computer 1, and our destination IP, which is the IP for the computer number 3, and the protocol is ICMP. Okay, so let's go back to our rules. Okay, let's go back to this one. What we want is that for this entire VLAN 100, we only want computer number 1 to be able to ping computer number 3, and the rest of the computers connected on this network will not be able to ping computer number 3. Okay, so what we can do about it, or about that scenario, is that we can actually edit this rule that we set up, and for us to be able to do that, all we need to do is to just go to the rule that we set up. We can actually do this one. We can set the entire network, the VLAN 100, and a single host of the IP address of computer number 3, and we want to block it. So we save this one, apply changes. Okay, so let's check computer number 2 if we will still be able to ping. No. The computer number 3 and computer number 1 is still unable to ping computer number 3. So right now we have already blocked the entire VLAN 100 network. for the ping to the computer number 3. But our scenario is we want computer number 1, only computer number 1 will be able to ping computer number 3. So for us to do that, we need to we can actually create another rule on top. Okay, let's go back. So we need to create another rule on top of this particular rule that blocking the entire VLAN 100 network for the ping to computer number 3. Just like what I've explained earlier, that the access list is read from top to bottom. So if we wanted computer number 1 to be able to ping computer number 3, we need to put a rule on top of this particular rule, of the block rule, because if we were going to put it under the block rule, when computer number 1 pings computer number 3, the firewall will have a match for computer number 1 on this particular rule, because the IP address of computer number 1 belongs to the entire network of VLAN 100. Okay, so let's just demonstrate that so that you will be able to understand what I'm talking about. So for us to be able to create another rule on top of this rule, we need to click on add. This actually puts the rule that you will create on the very top of the list. You need to click on this and hit on the pass action and protocol TCP or ICMP and single host. So we only want computer number 1. Okay, and single host computer number 3, the IP address. So select this, allow ICMP for PC1 to PC3. By the way, you can actually create a description for this particular rule so that when you check it on the list, you have an idea of what the rule is actually doing. Let's save this. Click on apply. Okay, so you can see here the description is allow ICMP for PC1 to PC3. So when we ping on computer 1 to computer 3, when our ping or when our packets for the ping gets into the firewall will check, okay, the packet, and it will see that it is a ping packet going from computer 1 to computer 3. It will check on the list, and if the firewall sees a match for that for the packet, it will implement that rule. So this is actually the first match for our ping from computer 1 to computer 3. It is an ICMP packet, which is the protocol and the IP address of our computer 1 and IP address of computer 3, and it says allow. Okay, so if we will check on our computer 1 on the terminal, a while ago it is not doing the ping. So you see, but after we save the rule, we are now able to ping computer number 3. Okay, and for another demonstration, what if we accidentally put the new rule at the bottom of our block rule for the entire VLAN 100 network? And we're going to save this, apply changes, and let's try to refresh this. See, we are unable to ping computer 1 or computer 3 coming from computer 1 because the packet for the ping match first on this particular rule. So just be careful on setting up the rules on your firewall. Try to review it and make sure that if you're going to pass something, it is on top of the block rule, just like for this example. Successfully completed the required scenario that we have a while ago, but there is actually an easier way. There is an easy way, or a much better way, to accomplish that task. Okay, so let's delete this particular rule, or let's just disable this one. Okay, what we want for the previous scenario is that we only want computer number 1 to be able to ping computer number 3, but the rest of the IPs or the rest of the computers on the VLAN 100 will not be able to ping computer number 3. So the easiest way to accomplish that, and the best way, is using this one. Let's go back in. Let's set it to block, because we want to block the entire VLAN 100 network, right? So let's just leave it like this and click on the invert match. Okay, invert match. So what this, okay, let's save this one. Let's remove this description, save this. Okay, what this invert match do is that if we were going to read this particular rule, it says that it will block the protocol with the ICMP, which is the ping, and the source is not 100, or not the IP address of computer 1 going to the destination IP address of computer 3. So it will block the entire VLAN 100 network, but not the IP address of computer 1. That is the invert match feature on this pfSense router. So if we were going to look on the terminal, we are able to ping computer number 3, and on our computer number 2, let's just refresh this one and do a ping. It is blocked. Okay, so that is the invert match. I believe that is for today, for this part 3 video of our pfSense tutorial series. I hope that this video has been informative to you, and have a great day.